Hello, everyone. I'm Vishal Sareddy, content creator at GeoGenius.
And I'm Pranay Varada, Director of Content Creation here at GeoGenius.
And we are your hosts for the second annual GeoGenius Geography B Finals. Let us begin by introducing our top 10 competitors.
From the Garden State, 8th grader Srinidaya Vempati.
Next up, also from the Garden State, 8th grader Tom Katawosko.
Now from the Hawkeye State, 6th grader Nirmal Melam.
Next up, from the Lone Star Estate, 8th grader Ashmit Kumbala.
And from the Evergreen State, 9th grader Warren Huang.
And from the great state of Utah, 11th grader Felix Kyle.
From the Old Dominion, 6th grader Eshan Sombata.
And from the Great Lakes State, 11th grader Vade Muthusamy.
From the great state of California, 8th grader Ishan Gaikwad.
And last but not least, from the great state of Ohio, 11th grader Daniil Joseph.
So congratulations to all of our finalists. We began the competition with hundreds of competitors from all over the world who participated in the preliminary round on July 10th, and the top 40 scores advanced to the semifinal round. After the scores from the preliminary and semifinal rounds were added together, we were able to determine our 10 finalists.
Here's how today's competition will work. We are going to start off with 10 rounds worth a total of 28 points. At the end of the 10 rounds, the bottom 5 participants will be eliminated after tiebreakers if necessary. The top 5 will participate in tomorrow's competition, which will also be live streamed here at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
As you all know, this bee is being run by GeoGenius.org, a website whose mission is to spread geographic literacy to students around the world. We have several members of our team on the call today, including our host and Director of Marketing and Analytics, Nishant Krishnan, our slideshow, our scorekeeper, Abhinav Govindaraju, and our judging team, Sean Cheng and Jonathan Song.
Well, I think we're all ready, so let us get started with the competition. Round 1 is called Around the World, and it is designed to test your knowledge of sites of cultural and geographical interest around the world. You will all be asked questions individually, and you will have 12 seconds to answer. Each correct answer will earn 1 point. We will begin with Srini. Srini, are you ready?
Yeah.
Here's your question. The ancient city of Meroe, the capital of the Kingdom of Kush, for nearly a millennium, is renowned for its over 200 Nubian-style pyramids. Chosen as capital due to its location between 2 of the Nile's cataracts and access to trade routes to the Red Sea, Meroe is located in what present-day country?
Sudan.
Sudan is correct for 1 point. Next up, we have Tom. Tom, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's a question. The town of Moynok, once a Central Asian country's only port, now lies miles away from the shoreline of what remains of the Aral Sea. Moynok is just one example of the impact that this ecological disaster had on the Autonomous Republic of Karakalpakstan, located to the northwest of the Bukhara region in what country?
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan is correct for 1 point. Next up, we have Nirmal. Nirmal, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. The Citadelle La Ferrière was commissioned in 1820 by Henri Christophe, a leader of a North American nation's historic revolution from 1791 to 1804, in which they won independence. The fortress's 365 cannons were built to protect which country against a potential French invasion?
Haiti.
Haiti is correct for 1 point. Good job. And now, Ashmit, are you ready? All right, here's a question. In March 2020, the Pacific island of Niue was named the world's first dark sky nation, where minimal light pollution enables a stellar viewing of the night sky. Since 1974, Niue has been self-governing and in free association with which country?
New Zealand.
New Zealand is correct for 1 point. Now we have Warren. Warren, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. Sarmizegetusara Rejaya was the center of Dacian culture until the Roman Emperor Trajan conquered the region in the early 2nd century. The fortress complex was nestled in the Orashtie Mountains, located about 80 miles southwest of the present-day city of Cluj-Napoca. In which European country?
Romania.
Romania is correct for 1 point. And now we have Felix. Felix, are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
All right, here's your question. The endangered sangai, a species of deer, and floating islands known as fumdis, are some of the unique characteristics of Kaibul Lamjo National Park. This park lies on the shores of the state of Manipur's Loktak Lake, the largest freshwater lake in which Asian country?
India.
India is correct for 1 point. Good job. Next up, we have Ishan S. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here's your question. Yasuni National Park, which might be the most biologically diverse place on the planet, is also home to the uncontacted Tagaeri and Taromenane peoples. The park lies between the Napo River and its tributary, the Curere River, both part of the Amazon basin in the eastern part of what country that borders Colombia?
Brazil.
Sorry, the correct answer there was Ecuador. So no points there. And next what? We have Vade. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's your question. Aldabra, one of the largest coral atolls in the world, is famed for its giant tortoises. It lies about 250 miles northwest of Madagascar and is a member of the outer islands of which country?
Seychelles.
Seychelles is correct for 1 point. And second to last, we have Ishan G. Are you ready? All right, here's your question. The Giant's Causeway, consisting of about 40,000 mainly hexagonal basalt columns produced by a volcanic eruption around 50 million years ago, is usually visited by 1 million tourists a year. This natural wonder in County Antrim is located 50 miles northwest of Belfast in which country?
The United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom is correct for 1 point. And last but not least, we have Daniil. Daniil, are you ready?
Yes.
Here's your question. The Hegra site, also known as Ma'dain Solek, contains the remains of the Nabatean kingdom's southernmost settlement and its largest outside of Petra. In the Quran, the site was also where the Tamud people were punished for idol worship. This site is located in the western part of what large country?
Jordan.
I'm sorry, the correct answer is Saudi Arabia. So you gain no points there too. And that is the end of round 1. So let us take a look at the scores.
Sorry about the background noise. There's thunder outside.
No problem. And looking at the scoreboard, it looks like 8 of you have 1 point. Ishan S and Daniil with 0 points, but still a lot of room to catch up since we are only just beginning.
All right. Nice job, everyone, in round 1. Let's go to round 2 now. So round 2 is going to be a common question. So get out your writing devices. Just need cameras and microphones on for this question. And just have everything set up so that we can see your hands and everything in view of camera. So this common question, I'll repeat the question twice, so you may not ask for a repeat. You'll have 12 seconds to write down your answers, and the correct answer will earn 1 point. You may not ask for a spelling either. All right, everyone ready?
Yes.
With microphones off?
Yeah.
Microphones on?
Yeah.
All right, here's your question. Following Bougainville's independence referendum in 2019, in which over 98% of voters supported making the Papua New Guinean region the world's next country, another group of Pacific islands is set to go to the polls to decide on independence in 2022. Chuuk State's referendum is a concern for the United States, since the country the state belongs to is in free association with the US. Also, China has begun to exercise influence in the region. Advocates for Chuuk's independence cite a lack of representation in the national government, despite being the most populous state in which country whose exclusive economic zone is larger than those of India and the Philippines. Once again, advocates for Chuuk's independence cite a lack of representation in the national government, despite being the most populous state in which country whose exclusive economic zone is larger than those of India and the Philippines. You have 12 seconds starting now.
That is time.
All right, everyone, would you please reveal your answers? So let's begin with Srini. What do you have?
Federated States of Micronesia.
All right, next we go to Tom. What do you have?
Federated States of Micronesia.
Nirmal, what do you have?
Federated States of Micronesia.
Ashmit?
Federated States of Micronesia.
Warren?
Federated States of Micronesia.
Felix?
Federated States of Micronesia.
Ishan G?
The Federated States of Micronesia.
Ishan S?
Micronesia.
Jade?
Federated States of Micronesia.
And is it just Daniil?
Federated States of Micronesia.
All right, do I have everyone's response?
Yes, that's everyone.
Okay, so for 1 point, the correct answer is the Federated States of Micronesia. Nice job to everyone in that round. So let's take a look at the leaderboard after this question.
Wait. Was my answer correct or was it not counted?
Ishan S, you had, what was your answer to this question?
Micronesia?
Yeah, so I think Ishan should have 1 point as well. Trying to get that fixed. Well, in any case, it looks like 8 of our competitors are up to 2 points, the highest score possible after 2 rounds, and 2 competitors still on 1 point. Obviously, 8 more rounds to go, anything could happen. So nice job to everyone in this round for getting that question correct. And let's go to round 3 now.
All right, good job to everyone so far in the first 2 rounds. And next up is round 3. This round is called Party in the USA and will test your knowledge on various celebrations, festivals, and other cultural events throughout America. This is an individual round, so each of you will get a different question and you will have 12 seconds to answer. If you get the correct, or if you give the correct answer, you will get 2 points and the opportunity to answer a bonus question related to the original question. You may choose to skip this bonus, but if you decide to answer and get it right, you will earn an additional point. However, if you choose to answer the bonus and get it wrong, you will lose a point, leaving you with 1 total point for this round. So choose wisely. So if all of you are ready, let us begin with Srini. Srini, are you ready?
Yep.
All right, here's your question. Every year during July and August, one town on the shores of Lake Ontario transforms into Elizabethan England, featuring theater, food, and music of the era in what has become known as the Sterling Renaissance Fair. This festival takes place in what US state?
Wait, can you please repeat the question?
Sure thing. Every year during July and August, one town on the shores of Lake Ontario transforms into Elizabethan England, featuring theater, food, and music of the era in what has become known as the Sterling Renaissance Fair. This festival takes place in what US state?
New York.
New York is correct for 2 points. Would you like to answer the bonus question?
Sure.
All right, here it is. On one weekend during the Sterling Renaissance Fair, residents toss caber poles and play bagpipe music in a reenactment of the Highland Games, which has reportedly taken place for almost over 1,000 years in what region?
Finger Lakes.
I'm sorry, the correct answer to that question is Scotland. So you lose 1 point there. Next up, we have Tom. Tom, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's your question. Every year, theaters around the Mission District screen LGBTQ plus films in celebration of Frameline, which is the largest and oldest LGBTQ film festival in the world. One such theater that celebrates Frameline is the Golden Gate Theater, which is located in one of the largest cities of what state?
California.
California is correct for 2 points. Would you like to attempt the bonus?
Yes.
Right, here it is. In 2020, Frameline collaborated with other LGBTQ plus film festivals to launch the North American Queer Festival Alliance, which further promotes LGBTQ plus film. One such organization that collaborated with Frameline was Outfest, which is based in Koreatown near the Wilshire Center neighborhood of what city?
San Francisco.
I'm sorry, the correct answer there was Los Angeles. So you lose 1 point there. Next up, we have, sorry about that. Next up, we have Nirmal. Nirmal, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. The Days of 47 parade, held annually on Pioneer Day, celebrates the 1847 arrival of a group of people led by Brigham Young to a valley located just southeast of the Great Salt Lake. This valley names the city in which this parade is held in and is located in what state?
Utah.
Utah is correct for 2 points. Do you want to attempt the bonus?
Yes, please.
All right, here it is. The Days of 47 parade, along with Pioneer Day, is a major celebration for adherents of what Christian denomination known for their abstinence to alcohol, tobacco, and coffee?
Mormon.
Mormons is correct for an additional point. So that's 3 points for you for this round. Next up, we have Ashmit. Ashmit, are you ready?
Mhm.
All right, here's your question. Over 300,000 trees bloom every spring for the International Cherry Blossom Festival in Macon, bringing thousands of visitors to eat pink pancakes and watch an air show in which southern state?
Georgia.
Georgia is correct for 2 points. Would you like to attempt the bonus?
Yes.
All right, here it is. Despite adorning the streets of Macon, Georgia, as well as Washington, D.C., cherry blossoms are not native to the South. The plant grows endemically in what Asian country?
Japan.
Japan is correct for 1 additional point. So that's 3 points for you for this round. Next up, we have Warren. Warren, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. The Circleville Pumpkin Show, which celebrates the harvest of locally grown pumpkins, including some of the largest pumpkins in America, and remains one of America's most popular festivals. This festival is held annually in the city of the same name and attracts numerous Buckeyes from what state?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Sure thing. The Circleville Pumpkin Show, which celebrates the harvest of locally grown pumpkins, features a weigh-in including some of the largest pumpkins in America and remains one of America's most popular festivals. This festival is held annually in the city of the same name and attracts numerous Buckeyes from what state?
Ohio?
Ohio is correct for 2 points. Would you like to attempt a bonus?
Yes, please.
All right, here it is. Many attendees to the pumpkin show come from what large city that lies just upstream from the Scioto River from Circleville?
Columbus.
Columbus is correct for an additional point, so that's 3 points for you for this round. And next, we have Felix. Felix, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
All right, here you go. A massive floral parade is the highlight of the only statewide cultural festival in the nation. This month-long celebration honors the Polynesian heritage of which state?
Could you repeat the? Oh, Hawaii.
Yes, Hawaii is correct for 2 points, and that parade is part of the Aloha festivals. Just an extra tidbit of information. So would you like to attempt the bonus?
No, thank you.
All right, so Felix will pass on the bonus. Next up, we have Ishan S. Ishan, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. Over 500 hot air balloons are flown at once during the International Balloon Fiesta, an annual event that is the largest of its kind in the world. This festival is held in a park located along the Rio Grande in the largest city of what southwestern state?
New Mexico.
New Mexico is correct for 2 points. Would you like to attempt a bonus?
Yeah.
All right, here it is. One of the most popular events during the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta is the Special Shapes Festival, which showcases numerous uniquely shaped balloons. In fact, this festival is named for a horse racing and equestrian sport integral to the culture of vaqueros and cowboys in the American West. Name this sport.
Cowboy racing, I guess.
Okay, I'll take cowboy racing as your answer. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. This is rodeo. So that is 1 point subtracted from your score, and you'll earn 1 point for this round. Next up, we have Vade. Vade, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's your question. Rock bands like Children 18-3 and Project 86, as well as numerous evangelists and spiritual leaders, have attended Lifelight, a Christian music festival celebrated every year on Labor Day. Since 2010, Lifelight has been held in a farm in Worthing, located near the Iowa and Minnesota borders in the southeast of what state?
Wisconsin.
I'm sorry, the correct answer to that question is South Dakota. So that is no points for you. And question number 9 for Ishan G. Ishan, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. People go oyster shucking and enjoy amusement park rides during the Milford Oyster Festival, which celebrates the city of Milford's burgeoning oyster industry. This festival takes place just south of New Haven in what state?
Connecticut.
Connecticut is correct for 2 points. Would you like to attempt the bonus?
Yes.
All right, here it is. Connecticut's Milford Oyster Festival, as well as another nearby oyster festival in Norwalk, can take place due to the presence of the oyster industry in what body of water?
The Long Island Sound.
The Long Island Sound is correct for an additional point, so that is 3 points for you for this round. And last but not least, we have Daniil. Daniil, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. People gather in tents to hear Appalachian folk tales during the National Storytelling Festival, held in the town of Jonesboro, northwest of Great Smoky Mountains National Park, in which state?
Tennessee.
Tennessee is correct for 2 points. Would you like to attempt the bonus?
Yes.
All right, here it is. The National Storytelling Festival was inspired by legendary storyteller Jerry Clower, who regularly performed in the Grand Ole Opry, a country music house that is now one of the most visited places in what city?
Nashville.
Nashville is correct for an additional point, so that's 3 points for you to end this round. Wow, that was a great round. So now let's take a look at the scores. All right, so there is a little bit of a change in the score. So we have 4 people, Nirmal, Ashmit, Warren, and Ishan G with 5 points, the maximum amount possible right now. Felix, Daniil, pretty close behind with 4 points. Srinidaya and Tom with 3, and then Vade and Ishan S with 2, but there is still room for you guys to catch up as we are only 3 rounds in this competition.
All right, and the point values keep on increasing here because we're going on to round 4, the final countdown. In this round, each of you will be asked to rank 3 countries or cities by a certain factor. On the screen, you'll see these 3 locations and the factor you'll have to rank them by, which I'll also read out to you. After I finish reading, I'll just wait until we finish the instructions.
Yeah.
Okay, after I finish reading, you'll have 15 seconds to determine the correct ranking. After these 15 seconds, you'll have 30 seconds to explain each element of your ranking. Our panel of judges will review your explanation and grade your response on a 4-point scale. So here's the point breakdown. If you rank the locations correctly, you'll earn 1 point right off the bat. However, no matter your choice, you can still earn 3 more points for sound reasoning. You will earn 1 point for logical reasoning for each location's rank, meaning an explanation of the first location's rank, an explanation of the second location's rank, and finally an explanation of the third location's rank. Provide logical reasoning for all 3 locations and rank the locations correctly, and you'll earn the maximum of 4 points. Any other questions before we begin?
No.
No.
All right, let's begin with Srini. Once again, just to recap, 15 seconds to think after I finish reading out the question, 30 seconds to explain after time is called. All right. Here's number 1. Srini, rank these 3 countries by percent of protected land from greatest to least. Afghanistan, Bhutan, and Indonesia. 15 seconds starts now.
It's from greatest to least, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's time.
All right, 30 seconds to say your answer.
All right, so I think the ranking is Bhutan. From greatest to least, I think it's Bhutan, Indonesia, and Afghanistan, because Bhutan is a heavily forested country and it's known for its tourism. And it's also in the Himalayas, which is also a very biodiverse area. So Bhutan would have the most sense to be put at the top of the most protected areas. So I choose Bhutan as my first choice. Indonesia is second because Indonesia is a very big country. There's also a lot of biodiversity, especially in islands like Borneo. So it would make sense to
That's time.
Yeah.
All right, let's wait a minute for the judges to review your answer and announce the number of points you'll be getting for your response.
All right. Hi, Srini. So we gave you 3 points for your response. So you gave the correct ranking of Bhutan, Indonesia, and Afghanistan. And we liked your explanations for Bhutan and Indonesia. But unfortunately, due to time, you couldn't get your Afghanistan explanation in. So we can only give you 3 out of the possible 4 points. Good job.
Right. Yeah.
All right, nice job, Srini, getting us started off here. On to number 2. Tom, you're up next. Rank these 3 cities by annual number of sunshine hours from greatest to least. First, Muscat, Oman. Second, Seville, Spain. And third, Sochi, Russia. 15 seconds to think first.
That is time.
All right, 30 seconds to give your response, starting now.
So I think that Muscat, Oran probably has the greatest amount of sunshine hours. So my ranking is Muscat, Seville, and Sochi. So I think Muscat has the highest hours of sunshine since it's near the desert, which means it's more sunny there. And then Seville because it is a warmer climate and it's close. It's relatively close to the equator. It's not like that close, but even though Muscat's closer, but like it's also on the coast and stuff like that. And then Sochi would be the least since it's like near the Caucasus Mountains, and there's like more weather events that would happen there.
That's time.
All right, let's wait a moment for judges to review your answer.
All right, so Tom, we gave you a 3 out of the 4 points, so you have the correct ranking of Muscat, Seville, and Sochi, and your Muscat explanation was good. Your Seville explanation was good enough given your climate explanation, and then for Sochi, we unfortunately did not give you the points because Sochi's climate is influenced more on the humid subtropical climate of the Black Sea rather than the Caucasus Mountains. So 3 out of 4 points, good job.
All right, nice job, Tom. On to number 3, Nirmal.
Hi.
Here's your question. Rank these 3 countries by percent of forest cover from largest to smallest. Central African Republic, Chad, and the Republic of the Congo. 15 seconds to think, starting now.
As time.
Okay, so I would, from largest to smallest, I would go with Republic of the Congo as first. Second would be Central African Republic, and third would be Chad. The reason why Republic of the Congo is first is because it is located along the watersheds of many rivers, including the Congo, Ubangi, and Sangha rivers, and it is located in the Congo rainforest and is home to many peatlands and swampy areas. Second is Central African Republic, because it is also protected by many forests as well, and the southern part of the country is located along the Ubangi River, home to the Congo rainforest. And the last
time.
All right, let's take a moment for the judges to review your response.
Hi, Normal. Sorry. So we gave you a 3 out of 4 points for your explanation. You had the correct order, and we like the details you gave for Republic of the Congo and Central African Republic. But unfortunately, due to time, you couldn't get your explanation for Chad in. So we gave you 3 out of 4 points. Good job.
All right, nice job, Nirmal. Now on to Ashmit. Here's your question. Rank these 3 countries by total fertility rate from largest to smallest. Bosnia and Herzegovina, Burundi, and Cambodia. 15 seconds to think about your answer, starting now.
Time.
All right, 30 seconds to give your response, starting now.
My order would be Burundi to Cambodia to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Burundi would be first because located in Africa, it lacks proper development, and low development is associated with a higher fertility rate. Second would be Cambodia, which has one of the lower development rates in Asia, but albeit not as much to the extent as Burundi. Bosnia and Herzegovina would be last as it is located in Europe, and it is a lower middle income country, unlike Cambodia and Burundi, which are more
Time.
All right, let's give a moment for the judges to review your explanation.
All right, so Ashmith, we gave you the full 4 out of 4 points because your order of Burundi, Cambodia, and Bosnia was correct, and you gave adequate explanations for all of them, and good job tying in fertility rate to the development of the country. So good job on the 4 out of 4 points.
All right, really great job, Ashmith. Now on to our 5th contestant, Warren. And here's your question. Rank these countries by international tourist arrivals per capita from greatest to least. Here they are: Ireland, Italy, and Morocco. 15 seconds to think about your answer, starting now.
Time.
So my ranking is Ireland, Italy, Morocco. Ireland has the largest international tourist arrivals per capita because it doesn't have too many people, and it also has a relatively decent number of tourists. Italy is second due to having lots of tourists, but it also has a large population, which sort of balances that out. Morocco has the least because it does not receive as many tourists as Italy, and also has a relatively large population, which is why it doesn't have as much of international tourist arrivals per capita. This is my reasoning. Thank you.
Yeah, that's time now.
All right, let's wait for the judges to reveal your score.
Okay, so Warren, we gave you 4 out of 4 points. So you had the correct ranking of Ireland, Italy, and Morocco, and good job tying that per capita part back into the population of the country. So congratulations on the 4 out of 4.
Really great job, Warren. All right, next up, number 6, Felix. Here's your question. Rank these cities by how long they've been continuously inhabited, from oldest to newest. Here they are: Paris, France, Samarkand, Uzbekistan, and Timbuktu, Mali. 15 seconds to think about your answer, starting now.
That's time.
All right, 30 seconds to give your response, starting now.
Samarkand, Paris, and Timbuktu. Samarkand is because there's been ruins ever since the Silk Road and Alexander the Great. Paris, since it's been around since the Roman times, but it was a small city. And I'd say Timbuktu last because of its desert climate, and it only came around in the 1400s during the flourishing of the Muslim Africa. Oh, and also Samarkand because it's in a very fertile area, and that same thing applies to Paris. And the same river in Paris goes because it's good to have river cities. And Samarkand with the river cities too, but Timbuktu has no rivers, so.
That's time.
All right, let's wait a moment for the judges to review your response.
All right, Felix. So we gave you 4 out of 4 points. So you gave the correct ranking of Samarkand, Paris, and Timbuktu. Good job connecting everything back to the history of the city. And even though you had a little bit of a factual error in the founding date of the founding of Timbuktu, your explanation was perfectly fine. So we gave you 4 out of 4.
All right, nice job, Felix. 7th contestant up now, Ishan S. So here's your question. Rank these 3 countries by total length of natural gas pipelines, from longest to shortest. Here they are: Estonia, Iran, and Kazakhstan. 15 seconds to think about your response, starting now.
That's time.
All right, 30 seconds to give your response, starting now.
So I ranked it Iran, Kazakhstan, and then Estonia because Iran has one of the most oil reserves in the world. So in the Persian Gulf, so they probably have the most. Then I ranked Kazakhstan because of their oil resources in the Caspian Sea. And finally, I ranked Estonia last because it has no major oil resources. So
time.
All right, let's wait for the judges to score your answer.
All right, so Ishan, we gave you 2 out of 4 points. So you got the correct ranking of Iran, Kazakhstan, and Estonia. So your argument was mostly focused around oil reserves in the country, but for many countries such as Kazakhstan, natural gas reserves are found independently of the oil reserves. So unfortunately, we couldn't accept your explanation for those. So we gave you a 2 out of 4 points.
All right, nice job, Ishan. And now we go on to Vade. You're up next. And here's your question. Rank these 3 countries by percent of indigenous population from largest to smallest. Argentina, Bolivia, and Peru. 15 seconds to think about your response, starting now.
Time.
All right, 30 seconds to give your response, starting now.
Okay, so I would rank it Bolivia, Peru, and then Argentina. So it would obviously be Bolivia first because there's a lot of Aymara people living there. And it's called the plurinational state of Bolivia because it has a lot of different indigenous peoples. It was the first country in South America to have an indigenous leader who was Evo Morales. And then it would be Peru because there's more mestizo population and more intermixing. But the most indigenous people live in the mountainous areas in the Andes. And then lastly, it would be Argentina because Argentina is mostly European now. There's a lot of European.
This time.
All right, let's wait a second for the judges to review your response.
All right, so we gave you a 4 out of 4. You had the correct ranking of Bolivia, Peru, and Argentina. And so good job explaining the various demographics of the countries and even including the histories. So congratulations on the 4 out of 4.
All right, really nice job, Vade. Now we go to Ishan G. Here's your question. Rank these 3 cities by cost of living from greatest to least. Here they are: Baltimore, Maryland, Honolulu, Hawaii, and Lexington, Kentucky. 15 seconds to think about your response, starting now.
Time.
All right, 30 seconds to give your response, starting now.
So my ranking would be Honolulu, Baltimore, and Lexington. Honolulu is first because there's a lot of tourism and a lot of retirees would go to Honolulu to retire. And a lot of immigrants also come there as well. So that would drive the cost of living up, especially because of its good climate. Baltimore, although it's an impoverished city, it's very close to DC. So a lot of people want to live there. So that would drive the cost of living up. But Lexington, it is not really close to any major city, doesn't have that many job opportunities. And so is not receiving a lot of population growth and thus has a lower cost of living
Time.
than the other two cities.
All right, let's wait for the judges to review your response.
All right, so Ishan, we gave you a 4 out of 4, so you had the correct ranking of Honolulu, Baltimore, and Lexington, and all your analysis of what drives up economic costs and drives down economic costs in the city was accurate and adequate for your response. So we gave you a 4 out of 4. Congratulations.
All right, nice job, Ishan. Now to our last question of the round, and it goes to Daniil. Here's your question. Rank these 3 countries by their number of registered refugees in the year 2019 from greatest to least. Germany, Poland, and Sweden. 15 seconds to think about your response, starting now.
Time.
All right, 30 seconds, starting now.
So I'd order it Sweden, Germany, and Poland. Sweden would be the first answer because the government has been, especially during the European migration crisis, has been especially generous to many refugees from the Middle East because they have a more liberal government. Germany would be second because they also have a liberal government. However, there also have been a lot of restrictions as opposed to Sweden. And Poland would be the least because in government right now is the Law and Justice Party, and they have a very
time.
stance.
All right, let's just wait a minute for the judges to read your response.
All right, so Daniil, we gave you a 2 out of 4. So unfortunately, your ranking was not correct. The correct ranking is Germany, Sweden, Poland. But your explanations for why Sweden is open to refugees while Poland is not were good enough. So we gave you the 2 points for those. And you missed some things about the opportunities available for refugees in Germany. So we couldn't give you the point on that. But you still got 2 out of 4 points. So good.
All right, nice job, Daniil. And that ends this round. So been a pretty long round and 4 points total in that round. So let's see what that's done to the leaderboard in just a second. Tabulating the scores here. And all right, looks like there's some big changes to the leaderboard here. We have Ashmit, Warren, and Ishan G out ahead in 9 points. Nirmal and Felix close behind with 8 points. And then 4-way tie for 6 points with Daniil, Srini, Tom, and Vade. And Ishan, still some time to catch up for you with 4 points because we have 6 more rounds to go.
All right, let's move on to round 5. And this round is called the Great Pyramid. This will be a pyramid round, so take out your writing devices. Here's how this is going to work. I will be reading a set of 5 clues which you will use to name a city. The first clue is worth 5 points. The second is worth 4, the third worth 3, and so on. The last clue will be worth 1 point. After a clue is read, if you would like to answer the question, you will have 12 seconds to write the answer and put your writing device face down to indicate that you have answered for that clue. However, after you answer, you will not be allowed to change your answer. For example, if you wait until the 4th clue to answer and you are correct, you will earn 2 points. You will not be able to change your answer after hearing the 5th clue. If you are incorrect, you will gain no points for this round. Remember, you can gain a maximum of 5 points on this round. I will read each clue twice so you may not ask for repeats or spellings. Just another reminder, this pyramid will be asking for a city. So are you all ready? Okay. So if
Could everyone turn their microphones on for this question?
Okay. I see everyone's microphones are on. So if everyone is ready, I can begin the first clue. So here's the first clue for 5 points. This coastal city was originally a fishing village of the Chaman people, becoming a town in 1903. I repeat, this coastal city was originally a fishing village of the Chaman people, becoming a town in 1903. Your 12 seconds starts now.
That's time. Anyone locking in?
Okay, I don't think anyone is going to lock. So this clue, the second clue, is for everyone for 4 points. The Ufwe Boigny Bridge crosses a narrow 80-mile-long lagoon to link the 2 sides of this large city. I repeat, the Ufwe Boigny Bridge crosses a narrow 80-mile-long lagoon to link the 2 sides of this large city. You have 12 seconds starting now.
And that's time. Is anyone locking in?
Would anyone like to lock?
I'd like to lock in.
Okay, Ashmith, you are locking in for 4 points. Anyone else? So everyone except Ashmith, this third clue is for you for 3 points.
Ashmith, could you have your hands up for the rest of the time? All right, great.
All right. For 3 points. This city is the center of Africa's second most populous French-speaking metropolitan area. I repeat, this city is the center of Africa's second most populous French-speaking metropolitan area. You have 12 seconds starting now.
That's time. Is anyone locking in for this point value?
I will.
Okay, Felix, locking for 3. Daniil, you're also locking for 3. Anyone else? Okay.
Locking in. If you're locking in, keep your hands up for the rest of the time.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone except for Ashmith, Felix, and Daniil, this 4th clue will be for you. For 2 points, most international immigrants to this city come from Burkina Faso, Mali, and Ghana. I repeat, most international immigrants to this city come from Burkina Faso, Mali, and Ghana. You have 12 seconds starting now.
Time. Could you all please reveal your answers if you have planned to lock in?
Wait,
Or don't reveal your
Don't
answers.
reveal them. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just anyone locking in here.
I'm locking in.
I'm locking it.
Okay. So
Warren and
Srini Dea, Vade, Warren. So
Anyone else?
Srini, Warren, and Vade I see locked. So anyone else? Okay. So it looks like people have not logged in. Tom, Nirmal, Ishan S, and Ishan G. You four will hear the fifth and final clue. For 1 point, although this city replaced Bangerville as the capital of a French colony in 1933, Yamoussoukro became the capital of the independent nation 50 years later. I repeat, although this city replaced Bangerville as the capital of a French colony in 1933, Yamoussoukro became the capital of the independent nation 50 years later. Your 12 seconds starts now.
That's time. Now, could you all please reveal your answers?
Okay. We will start again with Srini. What is your answer?
Abidjan.
Tom, what is your answer?
Abidjan.
Nirmal, what is your answer?
Abidjan.
Ashmith, what is your answer?
Lagos.
Warren, what is your answer?
Abidjan.
Felix, what is your answer?
Libreville.
Ishan S, what is your answer?
Abidjan. No.
Vade, what is your answer?
Abidjan.
Ishan G, what is your answer?
Abidjan.
And Daniil, what is your answer?
Abidjan.
Okay, so the correct answer is Abidjan. So let's take some time to calculate the scores.
Everyone, just a reminder for common questions, leave your answers up for the entire time we're grading it, just so we can make sure all your answers match up.
But okay, but I don't think that border is ordered, but as we see it right now, Warren, you're in the lead with 11 points right now. Ashmith, Ishan G, and Nirmal tied for second with 9 points. Felix pretty close behind with 8 points, as well as Srinidaya. Tom, you'll have 7. Daniil and Vade, you have 6. And Ishan S, you have 5.
Wait a second. I got the first question right, and then I got the FSM question right, and then I got a 4 out of 4, so that should bring me to 6. And then I got Abidjan right too.
Yeah, same for me.
Yeah, I think they messed up some of the scores.
Okay, let us take some time to get the scores right. We just want, thank you for pointing that out. Let's make sure we have all those scores right. So let us take a bit of extra time. So
yeah, and just one more thing. I think I was at 9 points even before this question, and I got this one right because I said Abidjan for this one. So I think I should be at 10 for this.
Okay, yeah, I think some of y'all's scores might have been gone. So I just want to make sure I have all these right. Srini, you put Abidjan. Tom, you also put Abidjan.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Nirmal, Abidjan. Ashmith, Lagos. Warren, Abidjan. Felix, Libreville. Ishan S, Abidjan. Vade, Abidjan. Ishan G, Abidjan. And Daniil, Abidjan. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Let's take some time to correct these scores. Really sorry about that. We will get them correct, and then we will show you those scores on the leaderboard.
It's updated now.
Okay, it looks like the scores have been updated. So the actual scores, Warren's still in the lead with 11 points. Ishan G close behind with 10. Ashmith, Nirmal, and Daniil with 9. Felix and Srini close behind with 8. As well as Vade. Srini, Felix, and Vade with 8. Tom, you have 7, and Ishan S, you have 5. Pretty even split. Everyone is close to each other, so good job to everyone. And that is it with round 9. So competitors, we are going to take a short break now, but we will be back in a few minutes for round 6.
Wait, how many minutes is the break? Sorry to interrupt.
Just a few minutes. In the meantime, we are going to announce the winners by grade division of the creative and written contestants.
Yep, that's right. The winners of the creative and written contest. And here's a little refresher on the creative contest. So we asked students in grades 1 through 12 to show us their creativity in anything related to geography. Juniors in grades 1 through 6 could submit a composition on any topic, and seniors in grades 7 through 12 could also submit a composition of any medium and style, but themed around the idea of health, from the COVID-19 pandemic to ecosystems under threat.
And now, let's begin with the announcement of our winners. In the first junior division, let us congratulate Isabella Joseph, a first grader for Kansas, for her artwork, Red Fox, seen right here.
Nice job, Isabella. All right, in second junior division, our winner is Gurucharan Chetan, a fifth grader from Oregon, for his artwork, Canada Goose.
Good job to Gurucharan. And finally, in the second senior division, congratulations to Amabel Gale, a 12th grader from Slovenia, for her collage, Threatened.
All right, that's some amazing work from our creative contest winners.
And now, on to the written contest. Juniors in grades 1 through 6 had 2 options. 1, writing a story about an environment of their choosing and the species that live there. And 2, creating a travel itinerary for a week-long trip abroad. Seniors in grades 7 through 12 could write about any issue in the world with geographic causes, whether in the form of a research paper, a journalistic article, or much, much more.
So, without further ado, let's announce the winners of the written contest. In the first junior division, our winner is again Isabella Joseph, a first grader from Kansas, this time for her Brazilian itinerary. Nice job, Isabella.
Yeah, good job to Isabella. And in the second junior division, we have 2 winners actually. The first is John Alex, a 4th grader from California, for his short story, Saving the Forest.
And the second, Yash Jaju, a 5th grader from California, for his Italian itinerary.
Good job to both John and Yash for their submissions. And in their first senior division, let us congratulate Pranav Krishna Bharanidharan, a 7th grader from California, for his essay on the 2021 California drought.
Nice job, Pranav Krishna. And finally, in the second senior division, grades 10 through 12, our winner is Ciara Balanza, an 11th grader from New York, for her paper on how climate change's effects on agriculture lead to migration.
And that's it. Congratulations to all of our written contest winners. Just a reminder that tomorrow we will be recognizing the winners of the GeoGuessr Battle Royale tournament, the head-to-head tournament, and the junior and college geography bees, all of which took place throughout the month of July. Now, let us get back to the competition.
All right, everyone ready to begin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just begin with the second half of the competition. Just 5 more rounds until we determine our top 5 competitors. And here's round 6, Gastroworld. As the name suggests, this round is about different foods from around the world. You'll each have 12 seconds to answer questions individually, and each correct answer is worth 2 points. So, Srini, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, here's your question. The name of tia budien, a dish of fish, tomato, onions, and rice, derives from the Wolof words for fish and rice. Eaten in a group setting, Tie Budien is an example of the hospitality or teranga of which West African nation?
Could you please repeat the question?
Sure thing. Here's your question. The name of Tie Budien, a dish of fish, tomato, onions, and rice, derives from the Wolof words for fish and rice. Eaten in a group setting, Tie Budien is an example of the hospitality or teranga of which West African nation?
Is it Senegal?
Senegal is correct for 2 points. Nice job. All right, Tom, here's your question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Don't let the name fool you. The dish referred to as the soup of one South American country is actually quite similar to cornbread. This dish is considered a good example of the blending of Spanish and indigenous culture in what country where over 90% of people speak the indigenous language, a rarity on the continent?
Paraguay.
Paraguay is correct for 2 points. Nice job. On to normal. Here's your question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Cepelini, potato dumplings with meat, cheese, and/or mushrooms, are named for the resemblance to Zeppelin airships. They are popular in regions such as Samogitia, in which Baltic nation that was once the largest country in Europe?
Can you please repeat the question?
Sure. Here's the question. Cepelini, potato dumplings with meat, cheese, and/or mushrooms, are named for the resemblance to Zeppelin airships. They are popular in regions such as Samogitia, in which Baltic nation that was once the largest country in Europe?
Lithuania?
Lithuania is correct for 2 points. Great job. Ashmit, are you ready?
Mhm.
Here's your question. In the city of Hamhung, the cold noodle dish, naengmyeon, is eaten with raw marinated fish and a chili paste known as gochujang. Hamhung, which was obliterated by American air raids in the early 1950s, is one of the more economically prosperous cities in which country?
North Korea.
North Korea is correct for 2 points. All right, Warren, are you ready?
Yes.
Here's your question. Balti, a curry made with garlic, onions, and garam masala, became highly popular in the British city of Birmingham in the 1980s and 1990s. Although the dish has no relation to the region, its name comes from the mountainous region of Baltistan, containing some of the early stretches of the Indus River in which country?
Pakistan?
Pakistan is correct for 2 points. Nice job. Felix, are you ready for your question?
Yes.
Can you put your hands up in the camera? All right, here's your question. Baris iskukaris, a halal dish made with basmati rice, vegetables, meat, and raisins, is ubiquitous in one East African nation where pasta is also popular. Name this country where the traditional legal system known as khair is used to settle cases between small groups within the country's 5 noble clans.
Could you repeat the question?
Sure, here's your question. Baris iskukaris, a halal dish made with basmati rice, vegetables, meat, and raisins, is ubiquitous in one East African nation where pasta is also popular. Name this country where the traditional legal system, known as khair, is used to settle cases between small groups within the country's 5 noble clans.
Morocco.
I'm sorry, the answer is Somalia. All right, Auntie Sean S. Are you ready?
Yes.
Here's your question. Flaunes, which are pastries often filled with halloumi cheese, raisins, and sesame seeds, are popular at Easter and Ramadan celebrations in which country, whose city of Limassol was where the world record for largest flauna was set in 2012?
Can you repeat?
Sure. Here's your question again. Flaunes, which are pastries often filled with halloumi cheese, raisins, and sesame seeds, are popular at Easter and Ramadan celebrations in which country, whose city of Limassol was where the world record for largest flauna was set in 2012?
Is this Syria?
Sorry, the answer is Cyprus. So you learn no points for this round. All right, number 8. Fade, are you ready for your question?
Yeah.
Here it is. Muktuk, a food made from whale skin and blubber, was used by Arctic explorers to protect against scurvy thanks to its high vitamin C content. Muktuk is a traditional food of which indigenous people who have populations of over 50,000 in Canada and Greenland?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, sure. Muktuk, a food made from whale skin and blubber, was used by Arctic explorers to protect against scurvy thanks to its high vitamin C content. Muktuk is a traditional food of which indigenous people who have populations of over 50,000 in Canada and Greenland?
Inuit?
Yes, Inuit is correct for 2 points. Nice job. On to Ishanji. Are you ready? Here's your question. Doubles, made with 2 flat dough fritters and curry chickpeas, and aloo pie, whose name contains the Hindi word for potato, are representative of the diverse cultural influences on the cuisine of what Caribbean nation, home to a significant population of Dougla, or mixed African and South Asian people?
Could you repeat this question?
Yeah, sure. Doubles, made with 2 flat dough fritters and curry chickpeas, and aloo pie, whose name contains the Hindi word for potato, are representative of the diverse cultural influences on the cuisine of what Caribbean nation, home to a significant population of Dougla, or mixed African and South Asian people?
Trinidad and Tobago?
Trinidad and Tobago is correct for 2 points. Nice job. And last in the round, Daniil, are you ready?
Yes.
Here's your question. The Linzer Tort, a shortcake with fruit preserves and nuts, is named after a city on the Danube River, the 3rd largest city in what European country?
Austria.
Austria is correct for 2 points. All right, and that concludes the round. Nice job, everyone, there. In our first 2-point individual round without bonuses. So let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our scorekeeper is tabulating the scores here. Just waiting a second here for the correct scores. And it looks like the scores have been tabulated here. So Warren still in the lead, staying strong with 13 points. Ishanji not far behind with 12. Ashmit, Nirmal, and Daniil all on 11. Srinidaya and Vade with 10. Tom with 9. Felix with 8. And Ishan S with 5.
All right, good job in everyone in round 6. And before we continue to round 7, let us go over how many repeats and spellings each person still has. So, Srini, you have lost both of your repeats or spellings, so you may not ask for another repeat or spelling for the duration of this part 1 of the finals. And Nirmal, Warren, Felix, Vade, and Ishanji, all of you have used 1 repeat or spelling. So you may only use 1 repeat or spelling for the duration of part 1 of this finals. So just wanted to get that across to those who it pertained. All right, so now that we have gotten that across, let us start with round 7. Round 7 is a common question, so get out your writing devices. I will repeat this question twice, so you may not ask for a spelling or a repeat. You will have 12 seconds to answer, and the correct answer is worth 2 points. So does everyone have their writing devices ready?
Yes.
And microphone's on?
Yep. Srini and Ashmit, can you have your microphones on?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So everyone looks like they're ready. So here is your question. Founded in 1537 by the Portuguese, one major city in northeastern Brazil was the capital of Dutch Brazil from 1630 to 1654. Name this city, popular among tourists for its nearby beaches and the Carnival of Olinda. Once again, Founded in 1537 by the Portuguese, one major city in northeastern Brazil was the capital of Dutch Brazil from 1630 to 1654. Name this city, popular among tourists for its nearby beaches and the Carnival of Olinda. You have 12 seconds starting now.
That's time.
All right, can I have all your words up in the air? And we will start once again with Srini. What is your answer?
Recife.
Tom?
Recife.
Nirmal?
Salvador.
Ashmit?
Recife.
Warren?
Recife.
Felix?
Recife. Also, sorry about the noise. There's a biblical flood happening outside.
No worries, no worries. Ishan S?
Recife.
Vade?
Recife.
Ishan G?
Fortaleza.
And Daniil.
Belém.
All right. So the correct answer to that question was Recife. So the majority of you get that question correctly. So good job. So now let us update the scores on the leaderboard. It's still taking some time to get the scores updated. Okay, looks like we have the scores.
I think I have 6 points, but I'm rather sure I have 6.
Okay.
I'd also like to point out that I'm pretty sure I think Ishan G got the question wrong, but he still got the points.
Yeah, I did get the question wrong.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay.
Guess the Ishans were
Yeah, let me. Okay, yeah, I think they might have switched to the Ishans. Sorry about that. Let's get this updated again. Sorry about the scoreboard issues today.
Very fun.
Okay, this should be correct. So, all right. Warren still staying strong in the lead with 15 points. This time, Ashmit's in second with 13 points. Ishan G, Srini, and Vade with 12. Nirmal, Daniil, Tom with 11. Felix with 10, and Ishan S with 7. But there's still a lot of points that you guys could earn in the next few rounds. So,
yeah. And Recife, interestingly, a near antipode for the answer to the common question in round 2. Just a little tidbit there for you. So just 3 rounds left until the first eliminations, but those of you in the bottom 5 still have a lot of time to catch up because these rounds are worth a total of 10 points. Round 8 is called Zoom.World. Here's how it'll work. Each of you will see a satellite image of a city, landform, or body of water, which I'll indicate to you when it's your turn. If you think you can identify the location straight away, you'll earn 3 points if you're correct, but 0 if you're incorrect. If you're not sure what you're looking at just yet, you can pass, and a second satellite image will be shown, this time zoomed out to make the location easier to identify. If you think you know the answer and you're correct, you'll earn 2 points. If not, you won't earn any points. And you can also pass again, which means you'll be shown the final image, this time zoomed out even further. A correct answer here will be worth 1 point. For each image you're shown, you'll have 12 seconds to decide on an answer or to pass. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Srini, you're up first.
Yeah.
So for 3 points, name this island. You have 12 seconds.
Pass.
All right, next image for 2 points. You have 12 seconds.
Is it Wrangel Island?
Wrangel Island is correct for 2 points. Nice job. All right, Tom, are you ready?
Yeah.
So Tom, name this city for 3 points.
Can you zoom out?
All right, so you're passing. Next image for 2 points.
That's time.
All right, next image for 1 point.
Salvador.
Salvador is correct for 1 point. All right, Normal, you're up next. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, name this body of water for 3 points.
Pass.
All right, next image, 2 points.
Lake Van.
Lake Van is correct for 2 points. Nice job. All right, Ashmith, you're up next. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So for 3 points, name this archipelago.
Zoom out.
All right, passing. So 2 points.
The Azores.
The Azores are correct for 2 points. Nice job. Up fifth, Warren. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. For 3 points, name this island.
Zoom out.
All right. So next image for 2 points.
New Britain.
New Britain is correct for 2 points. Nice job. All right, Felix, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so for 3 points, name this city.
Pass.
All right, next image for 2 points.
Incheon.
I'm sorry, the answer is Busan. So you will earn no points for this round. All right, Ishan S, are you ready?
Yes.
So for 3 points, name this body of water.
Pass.
All right, next image for 2 points.
Pass.
And the last image for 1 point.
Lake Isabella.
Sorry, the correct answer is Lake Atitlan.
Okay.
All right, Vade, you're up next. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So for 3 points, name this city.
Zoom out.
All right, next image for 2 points.
Akureyri.
Akureyri is correct for 2 points. Nice job. Okay, Ishan G, are you ready? So for 3 points, name this peninsula.
Zoom out.
All right, second image for 2 points.
The Erie Peninsula.
Sorry, the correct answer is the York Peninsula. All right, Daniil, last question around. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so for 3 points, name this landform.
Pass.
Next image for 2 points. Should be coming up soon. There it is.
Pass.
And the final image for 1 point.
The Katara Depression.
Sorry, the correct answer is the Siwa Oasis. All right, so that concludes round 8. Interesting round here. And let's take a look at the leaderboard once the scores have been tabulated. Okay, looks like the scores have been updated, and Warren staying strong in the lead after 8 rounds with 17 points. Ashmit is next with 15. Srinidaya and Vade tied for third with 14. Nirmal with 13. With 14, and then Nirmal with 13. Ishan G, Tom with 12. Daniil with 11. Felix with 10, and Ishan with 7. So nice job to everyone in that round there.
Yeah, great job to everyone in round 8. And just 2 more rounds and 7 more points up for grabs. Round 7 is called Read All About It, in which each of you.
It's round 9.
Round 9. Did I say something else? I'm actually
it's round 7.
Okay, sorry about that. Round 9 is called Read All About It, in which each of you will be asked a question about an issue that has been in the news in the past few months. Each correct answer will be worth 2 points. So we'll start off once again with Srini. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here's a question. On April 17th, Typhoon Surigay became the strongest northern hemisphere cyclone to ever form before the month of June, an indication of the increasingly extreme effects of climate change. 2 days later, the storm caused a ship carrying nickel ore to run aground in the province of Surigao del Norte, on what major island to the east of the Sulu Sea?
Mindanao.
Mindanao is correct for 2 points. Good job. Next up, we have Tom. Tom, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here you go. This year, the works of English writer George Orwell entered the public domain. Orwell, most well known for novels such as Animal Farm and 1984, was born Eric Arthur Blair to an Indian civil service worker and his wife in the city of Motihari. Motihari lies just south of the Nepalese border, in which state, the third most populous in India, that is located just east of Uttar Pradesh, and was also the birthplace of the Mauryan Empire.
Bihar.
Bihar is correct for 2 points. Next up, we have Nirmal. Nirmal, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. This year's Eurovision Song Contest, won by Italy with the Måneskin song Ziti a Buoni, was held at the Ahoy, a solar-powered arena just south of the Niua Mas River, in which major port city, I will repeat that sentence, sorry. This year's Eurovision Song Contest, won by Italy with the Måneskin song Ziti a Buoni, was held at the Ahoy, a solar-powered arena just south of the Niua Mas River, in which major port city, where several structures are named after the philosopher Desiderius Erasmus.
Rotterdam.
Rotterdam is correct for 2 points. Good job. And next, we have Ashmit. Ashmit, are you ready?
Mhm.
All right, here's your question. On June 29th, On June 29th, former South African President Jacob Zuma was sentenced to 15 months in jail after failing to attend a commission investigating possible corruption during his 2 terms in office from 2009 to 2018, and his challenge in the Pietermaritzburg High Court was later rejected. Pietermaritzburg is located in which province, whose northern portion was a kingdom until 1879?
KwaZulu-Natal.
KwaZulu-Natal is correct for 2 points. Good job. And next, we have Warren. Warren, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. On June 8th, the Legislative Assembly of one Latin American nation approved a bill to make the cryptocurrency Bitcoin legal tender. President Nayib Bukele claimed that the use of Bitcoin would prevent low-income families from losing remittances from abroad due to intermediaries. Name this country, the leading producer of geothermal energy in Central America.
El Salvador.
El Salvador is correct for 2 points. And next we have Felix. Felix, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's a question. A recently published paper by the University of Otago claims that Maori were likely the first people to explore Antarctic waters, potentially as early as the 7th century, over a millennium before a Russian expedition came upon the Thimble ice shelf in 1820. The university's name itself comes from the name of a Maori village situated at the entrance to the harbor of which major South Island city?
Wellington.
I'm sorry, the correct answer there was Dunedin. Next up, we have Ishan S. Ishan, are you ready?
Yes.
Here is your question. On April 2019, rockfish from one Japanese prefecture was banned from being exported after authorities detected abnormally high levels of cesium, just 14 months after the ban on fish from the area was finally lifted. The cesium likely originated from the 2011 earthquake and tsunami caused nuclear disaster at the Daiichi nuclear power plant in which prefecture?
Fukushima.
Fukushima is correct for 2 points. Good job. And 8, we have Vade. Vade, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's your question. In late February, the Brazilian Health Ministry admitted to mistakenly sending 76,000 doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine that were supposed to go to Amazonas to a much less populous state. Name this state, which separated from Pará to the south in 1943 and benefited soon after from the discovery of manganese deposits in the Serra do Navio.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure thing. That is your second repeat, by the way. In late February, the Brazilian Health Ministry admitted to mistakenly sending 76,000 doses of the AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine that were supposed to go to Amazonas to a much less populous state. Name this state, which separated from Pará to the south in 1943 and benefited soon after from the discovery of manganese deposits in Serra do Navio.
Maranhão.
I'm sorry, the correct answer there was Amapá. So next up, we have Ishan G. Ishan, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's your question. On May 23rd, one European country's president ordered the diversion of Ryanair flight 4978, which was flying from Athens to Vilnius to the country's main airport, claiming that there was a bomb threat. Although no bombs were found, a well-known dissident from this country who was on board was subsequently arrested. Name this country whose state-owned airline was banned from flying through Lithuanian and Ukrainian airspace in response.
Belarus.
Belarus is correct for 2 points. And finally, last but not least, we have Daniil. Daniil, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, here's your question. On July 26th, Mary Simon was sworn in as Canada's first Indigenous Governor General. Simon hails from Kanjik-Su'alujuwak, a village at the mouth of the George River in Nunavik on what large bay that lies to the south of Hudson Strait?
The Ungava Bay.
The Ungava Bay is correct for 2 points. Good job. And that finishes a tense round 9. So let's take some time to tabulate the scores. All right, and looks like the leaderboard has been updated. Warren still at the top with 19 points. Good job to Warren. Next up, still Ashmith with 17 points. Close behind is Srinidaya with 16, Nirmal with 15, Vade, Ishanji, and Tom all tied at 14 for that 5th spot. Daniil with 13, Felix with 10, and Ishan S with 9.
Wait, why is my screen turning green?
I think it's turning back to normal.
Oh, sorry. I think it's poor connection. There might be a power outage because.
Yeah. I think it's.
Yeah, so just one more round to go before our first eliminations and the end of today's competition. But this round is a big one. It's worth 5 points. Round 10 is called MapQuest, and it's a geo-relevance common round, so get out your writing devices. As you all know, maps play a central role in the subject of geography. They contextualize and present information in an accessible way, allowing people to analyze trends and situations around the world. This round will test your ability to draw conclusions based on maps. We will have 5 common questions, each of which will be accompanied with a map. The questions are designed such that looking at the map will help you determine the correct answer. I will repeat each question twice, so you may not ask for a repeat. You will each have 45 seconds to look at the map and write your answer down. And each correct answer out of the 5 maps is worth 1 point. So let's begin. Everyone ready?
Yes.
So microphone's on, camera's on.
Wait, so I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
I have a question. So just look at the map and then write down whatever you think is right. And there's 5 common questions, right?
Yeah. So there'll be 5 maps.
And because my I couldn't hear properly because my audio cut out.
Okay. All right, let's start with the first map. This map shows changes in population for each US state between the 2010 and 2020 censuses. And now, here's your question. Which state's population declined, in part because of socioeconomic challenges associated with shrinking nationwide demand for coal in favor of cleaner, more efficient sources of energy? Once again, which state's population declined, in part because of socioeconomic challenges associated with shrinking nationwide demand for coal in favor of cleaner, more efficient sources of energy? You have 45 seconds starting now.
That's time.
All right, let's begin by Srini. What do you have?
West Virginia.
Tom?
West Virginia.
Normal?
West Virginia.
Ashmit?
West Virginia.
Warren?
West Virginia.
Felix?
West Virginia.
Ishan S?
West Virginia.
Fade?
West Virginia.
Ishan G?
West Virginia.
And Daniil.
West Virginia.
All right, and it'll come as no surprise to you that for 1 point, the correct answer is West Virginia. Nice job, everyone. And just a reminder to keep your answers up throughout the entire grading process and to have your microphones on for that as well.
Sorry.
And to keep your hands in view during the entire question period. All right, so I think we're ready to move on to our next map. So this map is a map of mobile phone ownership around the world in 2018. And now here's your question. Largely thanks to the popularity of easily accessible digital payment services, such as the M-Pesa app, which East African country saw the proportion of its population with access to formal financial services rise to over 80% in 2016. Once again, largely thanks to the popularity of easily accessible digital payment services, such as the M-Pesa app, which East African country saw the proportion of its population with access to formal financial services rise to over 80% in 2016. You have 45 seconds starting now. that time?
That's time.
All right, so would you all please reveal your answers, and we'll begin again with Srini. What do you have?
Kenya.
Tom?
Kenya.
Normal?
Kenya.
Ashmit?
Kenya.
Warren?
Kenya.
Felix?
Kenya.
Ishan S?
Kenya.
Vade?
Kenya.
Ishan G?
Kenya.
And Daniil.
Kenya.
And once again, all of you have that question right. The correct answer is Kenya for 1 point. Nice job, guys. And just a reminder again to keep your answers up throughout the entire grading period. So let's move on to our third map. This is a map of chlorophyll concentration across the world's oceans. This measurement gives us a good idea of the amount of energy available for marine life to use in different parts of the sea. And now, here's your question. What single commonality best explains the presence of the reddest regions of highest chlorophyll concentration off the coasts of China, South America, and Africa? Once again, what single commonality best explains the presence of the reddest regions of highest chlorophyll concentration off the coasts of China, South America, and Africa? You all have 45 seconds starting now.
That's time.
Okay, so that's 45 seconds. Would you all please reveal your answers now? And Srini, what do you have?
River mouths.
Tom?
River deltas.
Normal?
Bioluminescence.
Ashmit?
River deltas.
Warren?
Seaweed / algal blooms.
Felix?
The ocean water conveyor belt.
Ishan?
Basically the river mouths, river delta
Okay.
lines.
Vade?
Coriolis effect.
Ishan G?
River deltas.
And Daniil?
I put pollution.
All right, looks like that was a bit tougher than the other two. About half of you got this one right. The answer is they are all at the mouths of major rivers or major deltas, or river deltas. So here's an explanation of that. The mouths of the Yangtze, Amazon, Paraná, and Congo rivers are regions of high chlorophyll concentration, since rivers carry large amounts of nutrient-rich sediment from their watersheds. This characteristic makes river mouths important centers of biodiversity. So yeah, nice job to you guys for answering that question correctly. All right, let's move on to our fourth map. This map depicts cultivation of the most produced grain in the world by weight. Name this staple food that indigenous North Americans typically planted alongside beans and squash, bringing moisture and nitrogen into the soil. Once again, this map depicts cultivation of the most produced grain in the world by weight. Name this staple food that indigenous North Americans typically planted alongside beans and squash, bringing moisture and nitrogen into the soil. You all have 45 seconds starting now. And if you keep your hands and writing device in view.
That's time.
Okay, the 45 seconds are up. Could you all please reveal your answers? And we begin again with Srini. What do you have?
Wheat.
Tom?
Corn.
Normal?
Corn.
Ashmit?
Corn.
Warren? I'm sorry, what was that?
Corn.
Felix, what do you have?
Corn.
Ishan S.
Corn.
Fade.
Corn.
Ishan G.
Corn.
And Daniil.
Corn.
Yeah, almost all of you got that one right. The answer is corn. Most produced grain in the world by weight. All right, on to our last question, the last question of the day, and here's the map. This is a map of the most studied languages in each country on the popular language learning app Duolingo in 2020. And now, here's your question. Using your knowledge of current events, identify the language, colored in orange, that is most studied by Duolingo users in Albania and the former Yugoslavia, often in hopes of emigration for economic opportunities. Once again, using your knowledge of current events, identify the language, colored in orange, that is most studied by Duolingo users in Albania and the former Yugoslavia, often in hopes of emigration for economic opportunities. You have 45 seconds starting now.
That's time.
All right, would you all please reveal your answers for this last question? And Srini, what do you have?
English.
Tom?
German.
Normal?
Greek.
Ashmit?
Italian.
Warren?
Italian.
Felix?
German.
Ishan S?
German.
Vade?
German.
Ishan G?
Italian.
And Daniil.
Italian.
All right, that was probably the toughest question of the entire round. And the correct answer for 1 point is German. So nice job to those of you who got it. And now it's time for the moment of truth. The moment of truth. We're waiting for the leaderboard to update, and it will be time for our first eliminations of the competition. So in a second, we should be able to see those and look at the final scores after day 1 of competition. Just waiting a few seconds here for the tabulation of the scores. And there it is. We have 4 of the names of the competitors who will qualify. Just need it to be ranked by order.
I don't think it's updated.
I don't.
Yeah, Tom
I don't
has
know.
19.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
3, so I should be tied with, or I should have 1 more point than Ashmith, I think.
Yeah, just a few seconds for that to get updated. Sorry about that. And there it is. And here we have it. The final scores after day 1 of competition. And we can already name 4 contestants who have qualified for tomorrow's competition. Warren Huang, 9th grader from Washington with a score of 22 in first place after today's competition. Really great job, Warren. Then we have Ashmit Kumbala, 9th grader from Texas with 21 points. And then the 2 8th graders from New Jersey, Srini and Tom with 19 points each. And now we can say that we are going to have a tiebreaker for today's competition. Looks like Normal, Vade, and Ishanji, you're all tied with 18 points. So I'll hand it over to Vishal to conduct the sudden death tiebreaker.
Yeah, and before we begin with the tiebreaker rules, I'm sorry we have to say goodbye to Daniil from Ohio, Felix from Utah, and Ishan S. So really great job for making it this far. And thank you all for participating in this competition. But sorry, we have to say goodbye to you for this competition. So thank you so much.
Do you mind if I just gotta go downstairs with the rest of the family?
Yes, you can. You can.
Thank you, Vishal.
Yeah, thank you so much for
team.
Thank you so much for participating, Felix. Okay.
And thank you to Daniil, Felix, and Ishan, and congratulations once again in qualifying for this competition. Really great job to all of you.
Yes, congratulations to all of you. And now let's begin with our tiebreakers. Nirmal, Vade, and Ishanji, you three will be in our tiebreaker, and we will have to narrow it down to one spot to move on to the day 2 of this finals. So this tiebreaker will be a sudden death tiebreaker. So what this means is each of you, the 3 of you, will get a series of common questions, and basically it will be like the normal common questions during this B. So I will repeat each question twice. You may not ask for a repeat or spelling. You will have 12 seconds to write your answer down on the board, and after time is called, you will have to show your boards in the air and then say your answers in succession, after which I will reveal the correct answer. If you get the question wrong and 2 others get it right, then you will be eliminated from the competition. If 2 of you get the question wrong and 1 person gets it right, then the 1 person who gets it right will be moving on, and the 2 of you who get it wrong will be eliminated as well. If all 3 of you get the question wrong, then we will have to ask another tiebreaker. If all 3 of you get it right, the same thing. We will have to ask another tiebreaker until we narrow it down to only 1 person. So Nirmal, Vade, and Ishanji, are you 3 ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you go have your writing devices and hands in view of the camera.
Yes, I think I see them for the 3 of you. And we can begin with tiebreaker question number 1. Are you 3 ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Chuvash, the last surviving language of the Oghur branch of the Turkic languages, is spoken primarily in a region near the Sura River in what country? I repeat, Chuvash, the last surviving language of the Oghur branch of the Turkic languages, is spoken primarily in a region near the Sura River in what country? 12 seconds starts now.
That's time. Could you all 3 of you please reveal your answers?
Okay, we will start with Nirmal. What is your answer?
Russia.
Vade, what is your answer?
Russia.
And Ishanji, what is your answer?
Russia.
And the correct answer, you won't be surprised to hear, is Russia. So all 3 of you get it right, and all 3 of you will continue to move on to tiebreaker number 2. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's do this. The Torajan people, who are known for their peaked roof Tongkonan houses and elaborate funeral rites, mainly inhabit cities near the Gulf of Boni on the southern part of what Asian island? I repeat, the Torajan people, who are known for their peaked roof Tongkonan houses and elaborate funeral rites, mainly inhabit cities near the Gulf of Boni on the southern part of what Asian island? 12 seconds starts now.
Fine.
All right, can you have your answers on the camera? And we'll start with Nirmal once again. What is your answer?
Sulawesi.
Vade, what is your answer?
Sulawesi.
And Ishanji, what is your answer?
Sulawesi.
And the correct answer to that question is Sulawesi. So all 3 of you get that question right once again. Looks like you're going to be in here for some time. So get ready for tiebreaker number 3. Are you 3 ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's your question. Resolute is the most populous settlement on what small Canadian island that is separated from Somerset Island by the Parry Channel? I repeat, Resolute is the most populous settlement on what small Canadian island that is separated from Somerset Island by the Parry Channel? 12 seconds starts now.
Veda, if you keep your hands to the camera. That's time. Could you all please fill your answers?
And we will start with Nirmal. What is your answer?
Ballot.
Can I hear that again? Sorry.
Ballot.
Okay, Vade, what is your answer?
I don't have one.
And Ishanji, what is your answer?
St. Victoria Island.
Okay, different answers from everyone. The correct answer to this question is Cornwallis Island. So none of you get that question right. We will still be moving on to in the tiebreakers. Just a reminder to Vade, just to have you like both your the right device in the air. Yep. And question number 4. Ismailia is a large city near Lake Timsah on what important waterway that was nationalized in 1956? I repeat, Ismailia is a large city near Lake Timsah on what important waterway that was nationalized in 1956? Your time starts now.
Time.
All right. Your answers in the air, and we'll start with Nirmal once again. What was your answer?
Suez Canal.
Vade?
Suez Canal.
And Ishanji.
The Suez Canal.
And the correct answer, you won't be surprised to hear, is the Suez Canal. So all 3 of you get that correct once again. And now we are moving on to tiebreaker number 5. Are you 3 ready?
Yeah.
All right. Tiebreaker number 5. Historically, the Syrian center of trade during Ottoman rule, what large city lies on the Kuwait River, west of Lake Assad? I repeat, historically, the Syrian center of trade during Ottoman rule, what large city lies on the Kuwait River, west of Lake Assad? Your time starts now.
Time.
All right, Nirmal, let's start with you once again.
Aleppo.
Aleppo. So Vade, what is your answer?
Aleppo.
And Ishanji, what is your answer?
Aleppo.
And you'll be surprised to hear, once again, the correct answer is Aleppo. All have been going at it. So nice job. And now, tiebreaker number 6. Are you 3 ready?
Yeah.
All right, here's tiebreaker number 6. Some of the largest islands in the United States, such as Chichagof and Admiralty Island, lie in what Alaskan archipelago that is mostly protected by the Tongass National Forest and bounds the Inside Passage? I repeat, some of the largest islands in the United States, such as Chichagof and Admiralty Island, lie in what Alaskan archipelago that is mostly protected by Tongass National Forest and bounds the Inside Passage? 12 seconds starts now.
Time.
All right, board's up. We'll start with Nirmal once again. What is your answer?
The Alexander Archipelago.
Okay, I see that. Vade, what is your answer?
Alexander Archipelago.
And Ishanji, what is your answer?
The Aleutian Islands.
All right, 2 different answers. The correct answer to that question is the Alexander Archipelago. So Ishanji, I'm sorry to say, but we have to eliminate you from this competition. Really, really great job for your performance so far. You went really far and you did really great. And thank you so much for participating. But sorry, you have been eliminated. And Nirmal and Vade, you both are still in the tiebreaker. So this will continue to be a sudden death tiebreaker. If one of you gets a question right while the other one gets it wrong, you will move on and the other person will be eliminated. So are you both ready for tiebreaker number 7? This is just for Nirmal and Vade.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. Gerlikovsky Szczyt, the highest point in Slovakia, lies in the Prešov region of what subrange of the Carpathian Mountains that stretches into Poland and gives its name to a famous national park? I repeat, Gerlikovsky Szczyt, the highest point in Slovakia, lies in the Prešov region of what subrange of the Carpathian Mountains that stretches into Poland and gives its name to a famous national park? 12 seconds starts now.
Time.
All right, board's up. We'll start with Nirmal. What is your answer?
Tatra Mountains.
And Vade, what is the answer?
Tatra Mountains.
And the correct answer to that question is the Tatra Mountains, or the High Tatra Mountains. So good job to both of you. Now, tiebreaker number 8. Are you both ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. The cities of Vigo and Pontevedra, located on the Atlantic coast near the border with Portugal, are important cities in what Spanish autonomous community? I repeat, the cities of Vigo and Pontevedra, located on the Atlantic coast near the border with Portugal, are important cities in the what Spanish autonomous community? 12 seconds starts now.
Time.
All right, board's up. And Nirmal, what is your answer?
Galicia.
And Vade, what is your answer?
Galicia.
And you won't be surprised to hear, once again, the correct answer to that question is Galicia. So good job to both of you. And tiebreaker number 9. Are you both ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, here it is. Bemba is a widely spoken language in the southern African capital city that lies northwest of the Mana Pools and Lower Zambezi National Parks. Name this city. I repeat, Bemba is a widely spoken language in the southern African capital city that lies northwest of the Mana Pools and Lower Zambezi National Parks. Name this city. 12 seconds starts now.
Time.
All right, board's up. Nirmal, what is your answer?
Harare.
And Vade, what is your answer?
Lilongwe.
All right, 2 differing answers. The correct answer to this question is Lusaka. So neither of you get that question right, and we will still continue with tiebreaker number 10. Are you both ready?
Yes.
All right, here's the question. The Ferto Hansag and Lake Neusiedl Seewinkel National Parks on the shores of Lake Neusiedl in the Pannonian Basin between which 2 European nations? I repeat, the Ferto Hansag and Lake Neusiedl Seewinkel National Parks lie on the shores of Lake Neusiedl in the Pannonian Basin between which 2 European nations? 12 seconds starts now. And Vade, can you have yours board up? Yeah.
Time.
All right, Nirmal, and what is your answer?
Austria and Hungary.
And Vade, what is your answer?
Austria and Switzerland.
2 different answers once again. This time I can say one of those 2 answers is the correct answer to this question. And one of you 2 will be moving on to the second part of the GeoGenius GeoBee final round. The correct answer to this question is Austria and Hungary. So Nirmal Malam from great state of Iowa, you will move on to part 2 of the GeoGenius GeoBee finals. Vade, I'm sorry to say, but you have been eliminated, but really, really great job for making it so far, and really great job on your 6th place finish in this year's GeoGenius Geography B. But sorry, you have been eliminated from the competition.
Incredible job by Vade and Ishanji getting this far, going through those really tough tiebreaker questions. But unfortunately, we can only take 5 for tomorrow's competition.
So, our 5 are Warren Huang, Ashmit Kumbala, Srinidea Vempati, Tom Katwosko, and Nirmal Malam. Those 5 will be moving on to part 2 of the GeoGenius GeoBee, which will be held tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Stay tuned, everyone. And thank you for coming for part 1 of the GeoGenius GeoBee. Thank you, everyone.